All right, so we're gonna go over false grip chest to ring holds with feet on the ground to start. So when you practice this movement, you're gonna need to have the rings at about shoulder to chest height, somewhere in that range. They're gonna need to be a bit higher than we've been setting them up for some of the other movements. You're going to come into that false grip position on the rings. So we reach up and in and then rotate the rings down. And from there, using your legs, you're gonna start with about a 90-degree bend in your elbow. And from there, using your legs for assistance, you're gonna pull up so that your chest is to the rings and hold yourself there. The goal is to keep your shoulders back and down the entire time and to draw the elbows back behind you when you're at this top position. Once you've held that position for the prescribed amount of time, you're going to slowly lower out of it back to where you have about a 90-degree bend in the elbow, and then you're going to stand up out of that with control. So a couple things to think about here. Use your feet for assistance a lot at first. This is a skill, and so to really build that skill, it's going to help to use your low body for support. And then gradually over time, you can take more and more of that weight out of your legs. So the other thing to keep in mind is what's happening with your hands and your elbows. So we're drawing the elbows down towards our pockets and keeping the hands close to our body as we get into that top position so that we can rotate through and bring the elbows back behind us. That is going to get us into a really solid position to rock over on top of the rings and then press out. That's what we're working towards here when we practice this movement. So for now, just focus on this one part of it, right? Where you're locking off with the rings at your chest and keeping your shoulders back and down. And then once we've spent a bit of time here, we can progress to some other things.